Suck a look at you.
You're listening to the Jersey Tuck Podcast.
Hello out there. Thank you very much for joining us. It is August 11th, 2021, and you're listening to the Jersey Tuck Podcast. It's been that long, I can't even find the sound drop.
The Jersey Tuck Podcast.
There it is. This week we are rocking a three-man roster, just like the last podcast. We got Josh, Fred, and myself, Alex. How's it going, boys?
Hi.
I'm excellent. Just back from vacay, so I'm all fresh and ready to go.
He's fresh. I bought a new pair of shades.
Oh, nice. If you're looking at the video pod, you can see these fresh new shades.
Oh man,
that's reason enough to subscribe right there.
There you go.
Thank you for following on Spotify, liking on Facebook, subbing on YouTube for Josh's sunglasses, and watching live on Twitch because we're live on Twitch. Yeah. So, even though we got three of us, it's going to be a action-packed show, just like the last one. We got lots to talk about. But first, shall we catch up on the NBA with the free agency, all the free agency moves?
Man, there's so much.
We can talk about, I would say we'll probably get the conversation started with maybe Russell Westbrook. That's probably where we start. One. I think so. So Westbrook is going to the Lakers to join Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And I got to be honest, one of the things that stood out to me is I'm surprised they were able to move his huge contract. Don't have the numbers in front of me right now. But I guess it just goes to show that any contract can be moved. It's not that Russell Westbrook is just such a terrible player or anything like that. He's very expensive. He didn't put up the greatest numbers, and he's inconsistent, but the Lakers trust that he has the ability to play around, all-star level talent, superstar level talent, and that's what they're banking on in this trade. So we'll see what happens there. One storyline I found kind of funny is Westbrook is the guy who everyone appreciated for being the dude who stuck around in OKC and was loyal, and Durant was the villain for not leaving. He went into free agency and joined the Golden State Warriors to a super team to win a championship, which, it's different. But Westbrook is now being traded to a super team, and those two guys are looked at completely differently, even though they've both ended up on, I guess, essentially a super team. So you guys have any thoughts about that particular move?
Super old team.
Super old team. Yeah.
I was laughing at all their ads kind of over free agency because it's been like that though, hey? Didn't LeBron have a statement about it, or someone shot it down because they're just adding all players that were huge in years past, it reminds me of the Leafs in 2002 or 2004.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Fred.
I was just saying, I see where you're coming from there, Josh. And I remember, he sent out a tweet saying oh yeah, you guys just wait and see. I love your chirping and all this stuff. So,
he sent out a tweet basically saying everyone's chirping us for being old, just you watch kind of thing. But I guess we will watch.
We will.
We will watch.
I am excited to watch it. I'm excited to see that.
I'm excited to see Westbrook play with LeBron, but
see how they mesh, right?
Yeah, it's. LeBron tends to mesh with just about everyone, so we'll see how it goes. And like we said, Russell Westbrook is obviously a very talented individual. Was there any, before I started listing off some of the trades and some of the pickups, did you guys did any of them stand out to you?
The sign-in trades.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were interesting. The Lonzo Ball one, is it Chicago?
Yep, Lonzo's in Chicago now. Yep.
And the Lowry one, man.
Yeah.
So those are two moves that I think moved the needle for both franchises a little bit, even though Lonzo's a young dude who probably hasn't quite hit his potential just yet. He's still very young. I saw an article list him as veteran Lonzo Ball.
What?
It's almost
Get
like
out of here. Because he's the oldest brother?
Yeah.
I guess. But how long has he been in the association for? Like 3 years?
3 to 5 years tops.
Yeah, veteran.
Veteran presence.
Yeah. Good locker room guy. But no, I think he moves the needle. Lonzo had a good year last year. He really upped his 3-point percentage. I remember when he first came into the league and everyone was so sketched out about his shot because it was one of the ugliest looking shots.
Ugly. It's still ugly.
Still ugly. It is, yeah. But he managed to get his percentages up, so good for him. Unlike Ben Simmons. Well, maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later. And you know remember when we were talking when the whole Ben Simmons drama in the playoffs happened? You remember how I was talking, I don't want to see any of this like Ben Simmons training camp videos of him doing shoot-arounds? Saw it this week on Twitter.
I know. Of course it was going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, my. Yeah.
I'm training
really
so hard the offseason.
I went 5 for 5 in this video in the gym. Good job, man.
How many takes?
How many takes exactly? I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. But the Kyle Lowry thing, I think it's such a huge cliche at this point that he fits the Miami Heat, grit, hard work, Heat culture kind of thing, but he does, if that's even a thing. I feel like every team kind of has that. But
this was been speculated for a while, so you knew it was going to happen. Just a matter of time.
He'll finish up and then sign a one-day contract with Toronto.
Yeah. Then you'll get a nice big statue.
He's getting one,
and he's gonna be the first retired fucking.
And it's gonna be a statue of him taking a charge.
I want to see that statue. It's just like.
Yeah. But what would be
this is on the ground? It's going it's on his back. That'd be fantastic.
I was just gonna say who would be the person he'd be drawing the charge from, but I guess it'd just be him on his back.
Just looking up at the ref. We should have a little ref statue next to it. It'd be fantastic.
That's amazing. But he's 35 years old. That's 3 years, $85 million. That's
wow. That's a hefty.
Big contract for him.
That's a lot of money.
35-year-old man.
But
but
not seeing that in any other sport like the NHL. It's just down, not up.
No.
Maybe we could speak to Alex. Maybe you'll know a lot more than we do. But so the return that Toronto got for him, because I'm not too familiar with I know Dragic. Goran? Yeah, Dragic, right?
Goran Dragic, yeah.
Yeah, I know him, but I don't know the other guys Precious
Achiuwa.
Yeah.
So he's got some upside. Dragic is another old player, so he's a veteran. He's a 13-year veteran. So he's also 35. He's a good player. You're not going to get too much from him, but that's a good deal. The fact that they got something from Lowry after him, at the time of him being a free agent, that's good enough. And Achiuwa has some upside, so I think that's a good little pickup there. And I don't know if you guys already saw the news about Dragic.
Yeah, I was just going to mention as well. Yeah,
he has higher ambitions.
Oh my God! Who knows if that's how the translation works at all? But he probably.
I'm pretty sure that was word for word. If he apologized, that's word for word.
He did. He apologized for. He took it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's too bad, man.
Guys, but so did Kawhi Leonard.
I have higher ambitions than Toronto. Yeah. What does that mean?
Yeah.
What's
he's
that mean?
It's exactly just like Lowry. I'm a veteran, but all these other big superstars. He thinks he's a part of the elite class to go to a super team or something.
Yeah, I guess so.
Higher ambitions.
Paid his dues with with his team, but
does he have a ring?
No.
No, he doesn't. No.
He played with the Suns.
Never won with the Heat?
No, he played with the Suns and the Heat, and I can't remember if there's anything in between.
Mavericks or something. I'm getting I don't know why.
Because there was talk about him being flipped to the Mavs.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's what it was.
So with the Lonzo Ball trade or pickup, that's 4 years, $85 million. So they paid him. They paid him good money. The fact that the Bulls didn't have to give up anything like huge in that sign trade was a big deal. The Bulls also picked up Alex Caruso from the Lakers, which is
love him.
He's such a guy.
He's a dude.
He's a dude.
As soon as he left,
He's such a dude.
There was this like, I know I'm going off topic a little bit, but like
Go for it.
as soon as he got traded or whatever, I started seeing all these montage videos of him just like dunking, sick passes, man. Like that guy doesn't look like a basketball player.
No, he doesn't.
Let alone being an incredibly athletic basketball player.
Very athletic. Like his dunks are like amazing. Like,
Yep.
I love that guy.
Yeah. White chocolate number 2.
White chocolate, yeah.
But yeah, he has some defense and some shooting to that team, and it's definitely an upgrade. So you got Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball, and DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan signed with the Bulls. So
I forgot about that.
They made some upgrades. Like DeRozan's old, and I think they paid him like a hefty contract, 3 years, $85 million. So locked him up for a little bit, not too long. He's definitely a movable player, but that's a nice, decent little team they got going there. Zach LaVine's still quite young. Same thing with Lonzo Ball. So we'll see what happens. They'll be a better team than last year, but they might, unfortunately, 4, 5, 6 seeds, something like that. We'll see.
You never know, though. Like, you got that young talent mix in a little bit of veteran spice, man. You never know. They might gel really well.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
What else do we got here? We got Chris Paul. This is kind of surprised me. I got to be honest, guys.
Did he stuck around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have thought. I mean, I feel like a lot of players or a lot of fans thought as well. Like he'd be, trying to chase a chip, which I guess he's doing in a sense, but like not the easy way. But no, he's staying with a team that he took from the bottom and went right to the championship final with. So he got paid $120 million over 4 years. He'll be 40 by the time that contract is done. So,
do you think there's something else going to the Suns? Do you think are
they gonna pull in another piece?
I'm not sure what their cap space is looking like right now. So I'm not sure.
Like with Ayton, it's good. You got Booker. Yeah. You have him. Like you have pieces there.
What would be that last piece? What do you think would be missing?
I honestly think that the team they had last year was very good. I don't think they'll be able to hold on to Campaign. I don't know if Campaign's a free agent this. I don't know. Campaign. If they'll do a campaign for Campaign. But I'm not sure if they'll be able to hold on to him. I think he's a free agent this year, but I could be wrong. And I think they might have a pretty tight cap space right now. So we'll see. But I think if they have that core, they should be all right. That's a good squad. Like the age gap is huge, but
yeah.
Like they're still gonna be. You'd think they have to be a top 4 team regardless.
Yeah, I think so.
Next year in the West, so
I think so.
As long as everyone stays healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And
is everything.
See, I think they almost needed to throw money at him for what he did for the franchise, to the heights that he took them, and to offer him that tenure, I think was probably thank you for what you've done for the franchise. Not that they're banking on him being overly successful over those 4 years, but it had to be a little bit of a thank you to him.
That may have been the tipping point, because he probably would have got very similar anywhere else, but maybe other teams weren't lining up to give him 4 years.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yep. Next up, we got Duncan Robinson, 5 years, $89 million. So that's another guy for the Heat. That's the dude that everyone says looks like Sheen from Jimmy Neutron. Lights out shooter. He's I gotta say, this is the Heat committing to their core, so that's respectable. So they're building something that they have confidence in right now. Keep in mind that they did make the championship final 2 years ago, which is very, very easy to forget.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, and who knows? I hate to say fluke, but it was such a weird season.
They're going to be good. They're going to be really good this year, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they got some good players around, and we talked about the Lowry acquisition. I think they'll do just fine. Duncan Robinson's a player that could shoot the lights out and basically like move really well off ball, but that's pretty much like he's a specialist, but that's pretty much all he does. So I think I don't know. It's if they have confidence in a dude that's like been around the team and like part of the team that brought them to the championship final, I think it's probably worth it if you look at it that way. A couple more here. We got Kelly Olynyk, 3 years, $37 million. Some people were really bashing this. He's going to the Pistons now, and I mean, it's not really like a big talking point deal, but people were saying like they overpaid him and stuff. This guy, our Canadian boy, was with the Rockets last year. Terrible team. So you can kind of just get the green light to do whatever you want when you're on that team. But he averaged 31 minutes, 19 points. 8.4 rebounds. That's pretty good. So
that is pretty good. That's pretty solid.
And you're gonna get like he's gonna do with a bit of experience. Going to be playing with Cade Cunningham. I have no problem with that deal. So who cares? You're not competing for a championship anytime soon. I wouldn't think. Who cares? It's a fine deal.
It's a fine deal.
Fine deal.
Evan Fournier, 4 years, $78 million. It's just straight up overpaid. That's all I'll say about that. Jared Allen, 5 years, $100 million. This one really stood out to me.
Interesting.
Because the last pod we did, I did kind of like a breakdown of who I thought was going where. And so they have Evan Mobley right now, and they just paid Jared Allen, a young, athletic, really good center, 5 years, $100 million. Like, I'm really curious as to what they're doing there, because Evan Mobley's a hell of a player. They're not going to trade him.
Like, he's playing.
They have two centers that are very good, and one's getting paid a lot of money, and one you just drafted in like a lottery pick. So that's a really weird move to me. I don't know what they're planning on doing there. It's just the Cavs being Cavs. That's all that is.
Weird.
Very weird. Yeah, that's some of the main ones. Oh, Luka got paid.
That guy got paid.
Big money.
Yeah.
That's big money.
What was the so he
got a supermax at like 212 mil at 4 years or something crazy?
Let's see, 207 mil expansion. Yeah.
That's nice.
There's a few of those big, like a couple of those re-signs, right? Like Durant just re-signed, did he not?
Yeah, I think Durant, Joe Harris did. Well. No, wait, Joe Harris was last year. Yeah, Curry did.
Curry did, yep.
There was a few of them.
Huge money, man. 50 mil a year.
I don't have them. I don't have them on me right now.
Imagine.
Conley's going back to the Jazz. That's a good move. 3 years, 68 million. I think is almost like a bargain-ish for Mike Conley. Probably. I don't know. We'll see.
You must have liked it in Utah.
I think so. Let's talk about just quickly go over the debut of the lottery picks. So
yeah, they all played, didn't they?
Yep, they all had a game of summer league at this point. So we'll go from I got a couple of the numbers here. So we'll start with the number one pick, Cade Cunningham, played in a loss to OKC, so he was drafted by the Pistons, obviously. Yep. And he put up 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. But he shot 5 of 17 and turned the ball over 5 times.
Ooh. Okay, a little bit of nerves. A little bit of nerves. Guys. Come on.
A little bit of nerves. It is just summer league. It is just one game. League. But we got to make the big assumptions and hot takes. We got to make the hot takes over here.
It's going to dictate the rest of his career.
He's a bust.
He's a bust.
Cade Cunningham is a bust. Jalen Green versus the Cavs. If I do say so myself, had to be probably the best performer out of the 5 I have listed here. So that's a win for the Rockets against the Cavs. Put up 23 points, 9 of 18 shooting, and 4 of 9 from 3, and 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 30 minutes of action. So
that's a pretty good stat line.
Great stuff from him. He looked incredibly athletic, shooting step back threes, making really good offensive plays. He looks like he knows what he's doing.
Only getting better.
Big upside from him. Evan Mobley, drafted by your boys. No, not your boys.
No. The other boys.
We're Cavs fans here now.
No.
So yeah, Evan Mobley.
None of our boys.
No one's boys. Big loss to Houston. So that was the first game. It was Houston versus the Cavs. Shot 6 of 17 from the field. 0 from 2. 0 of 2 from behind the arc. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 27 minutes of play. Really ho-hum stuff. But it is just one game, as we said. Scotty Barnes.
Now we're
from your boys.
That's our boys.
They beat the Knicks, so good for them. And 18 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 7 of 18 from the field. Good stuff. Good stuff, Masai. Jalen Suggs for the Magic. 24 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 steals, and an assist for their win over Golden State. And he had a big block to send it into overtime too. So
nice.
The top 5 looking good.
Yeah, looking pretty good. I mean, Evan Mobley had a ho-hum game, but it is one game. And the fit, like I said, I have no idea. Weird. No idea what to think about the fit. So, shall we jump into the hockey stuff?
Let's do it.
Any more moves? So we covered the free agency on the last pod, right, Fred? I think. Pretty sure.
I think.
Or
so,
was it?
Yeah.
Or
no,
wait,
I wasn't here
no,
last week.
Josh was here.
Yeah.
Josh was here.
I can't remember if we touched on it.
I think we did.
I'm pretty sure we did touch on a few things prior.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, for sure.
I know there's
because I remember throwing the names at you guys, the deals that were picked up, like the random ones. Yeah.
It's been the NHL this offseason has been just pandemonium. Like, it's just been out there, man. And some of the money that's been handed out this offseason has been insane.
Especially for an pretty much for the NHL, who are they have no money right now, really.
Yeah.
You know, for the next 4 years, like dead cat, or
that's what they're claiming, right?
Moving. So the money that they're throwing out, and it's funny, they're not even shooting them out to like superstar forwards who are getting your goals. It's literally defensemen. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It'll make sense. Don't get me wrong. It's going to make sense 5-6 years from now. Right? Everyone's like, oh, that's a good contract. That's a good contract. Mm-hmm. But right now, it's not a good contract.
No.
So you think they should? You think the money should be going to your scorers and your stars, or do you think you're just more so locking dudes up just to make sure?
I think that's what it is. Yeah. It's locking guys up because everybody was like, boom, 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 boom. People were going, and you're like, okay, I gotta, And then you got big fish like Dougie Hamilton going to New Jersey because he doesn't want to be on a winning team. Apparently, he just goes to die in New Jersey.
Dougie.
It's funny how much you see like different, like I guess what drives different players, right? And the teams, like the decisions were so odd. Like the Seth Jones ones were odd. A lot of the ones that Edmonton made no sense to me. Like Vancouver still handed out, man, like term and contracts to third and fourth liners. Like they always do. Like
it makes no sense.
Yeah. They traded for Ekman Larson, who's essentially been washed for the last couple of years, right? He's on a bad contract. They managed to get rid of all of their low lineup bad contracts in that deal, right? And then they ended up going out and signing more bad contracts.
And they haven't locked up their main RFA, Elias Pettersson, yet.
Oh my God.
And apparently they're not even close.
Signed Quinn Hughes.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Organization.
So I could read off a couple of moves that happened in I think like in the past like week or so, and you guys can like shoot some quick comments on there. So I'll rapid fire these at you if you want.
I like this game.
We'll say yay or meh.
All right, yay or meh. Blue Jackets re-signed D defenseman, I guess. The D. Andrew Peak to 2-year, $1.57 million contract.
I don't even know who that is.
Nah.
Hey, Andrew Peak.
Good old Peak. He's gonna be like
good old Peaky
scorer next year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He scores like 30 goals.
Good old Peaker.
Yeah.
Canucks re-signed defenseman Ollie Ulevi to 1 year, $750K deal.
Yeah, so that's just the minimum deal. He's a highly touted rookie that never lived up to his pick because he was picked in top 8 or whatever in the draft.
Right. Let's look for some bigger money here.
Yeah.
Blackhawks re-signed Brandon. Whoa. I just went down. I just descended.
Yes, that was awesome.
I'm going to the netherworld. All right. I'll just do the rest of the podcast like this. This is fine.
That's amazing.
Blackhawks re-signed Brandon Hagel to a 3-year, $4.5 million contract. Thoughts?
Good old Hagel.
Hagel? Bagel?
Brandon Hagel?
Again,
I don't even know. So this is the thing. Like, this is crazy, man. Like, this offseason, there's just so much money being handed out to random players.
Let's hunt a bigger contract.
I don't even know who Brandon Hagel really is.
Hager. Islanders re-signed defenseman Adam Pelech.
Yeah. So that's
to
a good
8-year,
one.
$46 million contract.
This guy is such an underrated defenseman.
Yeah.
So, like, that contract's actually really good, I think.
To lock him up for the 8-year term at that cap hit is one of the only sensible defenseman contracts that have been handed out.
Yeah.
Right?
That's how much a good defenseman should be paid. Not these guys getting $9.5 million like Seth Jones.
Oh, my God. Seth Jones.
To get a guy for 8 year, for like an 8-year term, like at a time like this, isn't that like, I guess like he's like, I'm at my peak now.
No. It's like, I think it's like best of both worlds. I think like some players can bet on themselves and just take a 3-year deal. And if they play outstanding for those 3 years, they'll go straight to the free agency next year and be like, I'm asking for this much money and look at it. But Pelech is like just a good stay-at-home defenseman.
I think he likes his situation.
He likes his situation. He plays well for the Islanders. He plays well under Lou's system and everything like that. So and obviously you got Trotz as the coach there. So I feel like he was like, you know what, I'm just comfortable here. Yeah. And he's just gonna
plus knowing Lou Lamoriello, like when he slid that like contract paper upside down across the table to Pelech and his agent, he probably had two like, burly looking gangster men with baseball bats behind him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just doing the
yeah, for sure.
And Pelech just looks up and then just signs.
Red Wings, Red Rings, the Red Ring of Death. Re-signed forward Jakub Vrana. Correct me if I'm wrong. 3-year contract, reportedly worth $15.7 million.
See, you go first, Josh.
Yeah, you said it's a 3-year.
Yeah,
3 years. Yeah.
So it's interesting. I think it's a deal. It's one of those ones that there's a lot of factors to it. It was kind of made in like Yzerman made that trade with Anthony Mantha and gave up pieces to acquire Vrana. So you kind of lose leverage in that situation. At the same time, Vrana's not a bad player.
But at the same time, is he worth 5.75? I don't think he is.
No.
Not like on Washington, yes, because with the players he would play with, he would put up those points. I think
you're
on
hoping
a
that
team like Detroit
offense
right now, he's just not. I could be wrong, but I don't think it is. And it's funny because Yzerman is so like, we all know the way he is. He's hard. Yeah. He's a really hard GM. He'll get whatever he wants. But then just to be like, he offered him what was it, 3.25, I believe, and then so like didn't want to go through arbitration, and then out of nowhere he gets 5.75, and I was like, what? Like couldn't meet in the middle? Why wouldn't you give him like 4 something? Like why would it go to? What was your arbitrator going to say? Oh, he's worth 7? No, he's not.
That's the thing. Yeah,
get out of here.
But the arbitration cases are funny too, because if you see all these players getting paid, that he's like, I am comparable to this guy, but some idiot team gave that guy $7.5 million per year,
right?
Just cause then all of a sudden that's his comparable. So an arbitrator says, okay,
comparables are funny.
His numbers are the same to this. You know what I mean? Like arbitrators don't really like dive into it much more than that.
Yeah. He's going to be interesting.
Next up, we got Rangers re-sign Igor Shesterkin to a 4-year contract reportedly worth $22.66 million.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very interesting contract.
Did you hear this, Fred? That apparently that's okay. It's the highest. It's the highest. Oh yeah, okay. You were going to the same place I was.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the highest the highest goalie contract for second contract in NHL history. Like highest AAV.
Which is funny because he wasn't even the number one last year, right?
I don't think so.
He was doing 50-50s, I think.
He was hurt for a while too.
Yeah. But Alex, like he's a really good goaltender. He never got all the time that he needed, but now with the way that New York are going right now, they expect themselves to be a playoff team, right? And obviously in the coming years, like he's definitely the goaltender going to take them there.
Good stuff. Last one. We will talk about the Devils signing forward Thomas Tatar Tomas.
Yeah.
Which one?
Tuna.
To a 2-year, $9 million contract. What do you guys think?
I love that he said he wants to go to a team that will win the Stanley Cup, and that's kind of hilarious. I don't know if he was saying Devils? That jokingly. Yeah, I think he said it like I don't know. It's just
chirping their position.
Yeah, I feel like he's like, I want to go to a team that's going to win. I'm like, what? Everyone's like confused.
Yeah, like that was the only team that probably offered him.
I think so.
When he got paid last year.
Because it's sad to say, because obviously when he played with Montreal last year, he was a big piece for Montreal. He played top line with Gallagher, and
he's a good player.
He's an amazing player, and to know, but something happened where he was starting to fall flat. 5-on-5, he was phenomenal. He was still good, but hockey's getting so fast that defensively he was not getting back, and it started to show, especially come playoff time. Yeah. Where he played against Toronto in the first few games, and then I can't remember who came in and just took his spot. It was probably Lehkonen or someone came in and was just like, sorry, man. And then he never played a game after, which is really sad, especially for his contract. He was getting paid $5.5, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we all knew, though, he was not signing with Montreal again this year.
No, not after that. Not after them.
So I got one more thing I want to say about the NBA, which I forgot about. But do you guys have anything else about the NHL free agency / offseason so that you want to close on?
I just want the season to start now.
Yeah.
Itching for some hockey.
We're well into the dog days of summer, so it's going to be torture for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
But the last thing I wanted to mention, it's kind of a story that's going a little viral right now, but Dennis Schroeder the Los Angeles Lakers, or formerly of the Los Angeles Lakers, agrees to a 1-year, $5.9 million deal for the NBA. And for a dude like Schroeder, if you look back like a couple years ago, you're like, what the hell? Like, how is he getting paid just that? The part that makes it a viral story is it was reported that the Lakers offered him an $80 million, that's the estimated value, an $80 million extension, and he turned it down. So looks really bad on him at this point. And his stats, 15.4, 5.8 assists in 61 games. So not great. Definitely not what they expect him to be. And the fact that, I gotta be honest, the fact that he's only making $5.9 million surprises me a little bit, but I would have thought at least someone would pay a bit higher for him, but apparently not. So that's just kind of a funny story.
It's absolutely insane that like that much money was left on the table.
Yeah. Oh.
Like he lost that much. His stock fell that much.
I mean, there's a good chance that he comes out with a big vengeance next year and play. It's only a 1-year deal. So in a sense, it works out that he can really prove that he's worth much more. So we'll see what happens when he's on the Celtics. See how he fits in with Tatum and Brown and those boys. So we will move into the next part of the show. But now I think I'll drop it at the right time. But let's get into the steamy stat.
That stat is steamy. The steamy stat.
So we are going to talk about, I guess, the some concluding thoughts about Tokyo 2020 Olympics. And Josh has a steamy stat for us, right?
We'll kick it off with my steamy stat.
Yeah.
So, and this one isn't too obscure or anything, but it's absolutely impressive. Canada takes the gold in the decathlon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Wiley considered the athletes that win the decathlon are considered the best athlete in the world.
Ooh.
This person, Damian Warner, set an Olympic record with 9,018 points, winning his gold medal at decathlon.
Wow.
So yeah, he kicked ass at absolutely every sport that he participated in. It was insane. He like set the tone with his personal best. I think it was the 100-meter in the first one, and then just never looked back. Like he was just crushing it in every one of them.
Him doing the hurdles was one of the craziest things ever. Like he was so fast, just crushing it.
Yeah. Did you watch all of them, Fred?
I watched.
Did you see all of his like events?
I've seen all of his events.
Like it's insane. And my actual steamy stat, sorry there, too much bubbly. That my actual steamy stat is not only is it impressive that he hit that and set that record, but the crazy thing about it is that he did it at 31 years of age.
Yeah.
Which in like athletics and like in the Olympics, when a lot of Olympic athletes peak in their 20s.
Yeah.
He did it at 31. I think the person to win it before him won 2 in a row. I believe it was. I think it was Australia. There's an Australian. I could be wrong. I'm going off of memory here, but I think it was at 28 the last one, and then 24 the one before that. He won 2 in a row. So,
and like you said, into something so demanding, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
To win at 31, crazy stuff.
Nailed it.
So I guess I'll just quickly read out the medal count for Canada because that's all we care about on this show. 7 gold, 6 silver, 11 bronze, 24 total. So, and we were 11th place, I think, overall in terms of medal count.
I think that's pretty close.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's like our best showing in the summers in like I don't know forever. It's like they did really well this year.
And just in certain sports, like it's just historic performances. Like it's pretty crazy. Like you said, like the decathlon. That's one that you never would have expected.
Yeah.
And then also like Andre de Grasse as a runner,
obviously
he medaled in every one of his events.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Penny.
And then Penny, like setting an Olympic or not Olympic record, sorry, but Canadian medal record. Like right now, she's the all-time most decorated Olympic athlete for Canada.
Yeah.
And then the last but not least, the women's soccer team, man.
Penny Oleksiak, right? Is that her name?
Yeah.
And the soccer
actually plays in the NHL, actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think we were talking about that in last show. I didn't know that until you guys brought it up. Speaking of the Canada, this is crazy that they won. It's so awesome for the sport in the country. But this is a clip of when Canada won the gold medal for women's soccer. Let's take a listen.
Yeah.
Abe almost had time to collapse on the ball. Julia Grosso from Vancouver to win it for Canada! Canada came! Canada conquered! Canada gold at Tokyo 2020!
What a call.
I love it.
Canada came! Canada conquered! It's amazing.
It's so amazing.
Oh man, and that penalty shootout was something else. Like that game was so good. The penalty shootout was probably one of the most like stressful ones I've ever watched in my life. The fact that it was just like up and down. Like Canada had the lead, then like Sweden came back and were like they had the edge.
Yeah, it was like literally down to the last kick, just to keep going.
Extra kicks, last kick.
Yeah.
What I find even more crazy is the fact that Sweden was winning the whole possession game. I think they were up like 57-43 in possession that whole game.
Yeah.
And then when they scored that, what was it? The first? I think it was the first.
Yeah.
But anyway, when just to be able to get that penalty kick from a foul inside the box, man, it was just huge.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah.
That was huge. And Christine Sinclair is still putting her stamp on the game because she was the one that drew the penalty.
She's easily just like Canadian Sports Hall of Fame royalty. Like probably
100%.
the easiest inductee in anything like that, I would say.
Yeah, it's easy to forget, but not only is she the highest scoring like women's soccer athlete, she's the highest scoring soccer player, men's or women's of all time.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
Everyone always
she still played 60-ish minutes of that game before they took her off. How much?
At 38 years old.
At 38. Like, that's unbelievable.
Holy man. The veteran athletes performing at this Olympics.
And she finally gets her gold, man.
That's awesome. Such a good story.
That had to feel good for her, man.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that call was so good too. Like it's such a memorable call. So so I'll just quickly, top 4 of the medals were United States, China, Japan, and Great Britain. I thought you guys mentioned it, but the Grasse events were super awesome. The sprints are one of I'm pretty sure one of the most watched events in the Olympics, and the fact that we got a Canadian guy so how many medals is it total that he got in the sprinting? He got the gold in the 200, right? Is that correct? I think, and bronze in the 100.
Bronze in the 100 and
bronze in the relay.
Was it he just did the one relay, or was it 2 relays? Was it? I can't remember. But still, yeah, he was the anchor in the relay, and he's the only reason why they medaled in it.
Yeah.
Like, to watch him just blow past.
His acceleration at the end, we've discussed this before, especially in the 100, he was last place. 30 meters in. So you only have 70 meters to catch up with these men that are just flying, and then he's just runners.
He turns on he hits the turbo boost button.
Yeah, and you can see it happen. You can actually see him. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm getting so much."
It's so badass. Yeah, it's so badass to watch because he sees his situation. He knows there's literally not much. Obviously, if there's any sport where there's not much time to make up for mistakes, it's sprinting. But then he just turns it on, and it's so great. It was awesome, and he got the bronze. He medaled after being in last place. So
that's why he was. That's why his actual event is 200 meter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because he has so much time once he hits top speed.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but I think I saw a tweet with Usain Bolt when he came third, as if to say, what the hell, man? Because he expected him to be his, successor to be in this, but no, not the case.
Yeah, there's a clip of them at the last Olympics, just being all buddy and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're both looking at each other, smiling, crossing the finish line. It's like a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
It was awesome.
Awesome photo. Hope that guy got paid a lot of money. Whoever took that. So is there any other closing thoughts on the Olympics that you guys wanted to comment on?
I think I pretty much covered all my excitement.
Cool. So shall we move on to the Blue Jays and their moves in the MLB trade deadline? Let's talk a little Blue Jays and their biggest pickup was quite obviously right-handed pitcher Jose Barrios from the Twins. However, they had to give up some of their biggest assets, but that's just a timeline thing and how competitive they're being now. So, depending on how you look at it, it's a good move for both teams. But like I said, it's timelines. The Twins aren't so great right now. Probably looking to rebuild, so they need some younger talent and dudes in their system. So they got some good guys in their system. Austin Martin, which great player, great offensive player. And right-handed pitcher, this is the name. Simeon Woods Richardson. That's the name.
I knew there was a Richards there.
Yeah, that is the name. So Barrios has played in 2 games so far. Looks incredible. He's one of those pitchers that's really fun to watch because there's just so much movement on his pitches all the time. And the good thing about him as well is he almost consistently pitches 6 innings or around 6 innings, so he goes deep into games a lot of times. Another great thing to have, just to kind of anchor your rotation. So that was a good pickup for him.
It was a good trade for the Jays with balancing the wanting to stay in the wild card race this season, but also preparing for next season as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're definitely in a win now window because I think Barrios has another year under contract, right?
Yeah, 1 more year, I think. Yeah,
past this one, so
until the end of next season.
Yeah, they'll have him for another season.
So they're planning on going to a 5-man rotation there now, but that 5-man rotation is looking pretty scary. So
yeah,
good times.
It's really good, man.
Good times. So with Austin Martin, with Barrios, he has a 3.48 ERA through 121 and 2/3 innings, and where's this next stat I have here? No, it's just the fact that he's been consistently in 6 innings into games. So good stats all around. Like Josh said, 1 more year on his contract, so good stuff for them. Side stuff, a bit not as a big of move, but they have left-handed pitcher Brad Hand, who was a 3-time All-Star. However, he's declining, and that's probably why they didn't have to give up too much for him. In his appearances so far, he has not looked great. And they also got it is unfortunate. And they also got right-handed pitcher Joakim Soria, 37-year-old veteran. He's looking better. So they picked up some pitching. So that's all people wanted from management.
They addressed exactly what they needed to.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the lineup was not the issue at all.
They got an incredible starting pitcher, and they got some bullpen guys. So, like Josh said, literally exactly what people were asking for. It's just go ahead.
I was going to say, and ever since the trades, they've been excellent.
Yeah, it is true. It's just a matter of time. You can't evaluate it right now because no one knows how Martin and Woods Richardson will be in the majors. You can't really evaluate it, but the fact that you got like one of the best young pitchers in your rotation is worth noting and exciting. So good times. Shall we go into the pick and roll?
Yeah,
let's do it. Ooh.
Hey, bro. Ooh. Hey.
I like the pick and roll. I like the give and go.
Answer the question. Freak out, yo.
Not too much on the pick and roll this week. We'll go. I guess continue into baseball for a second. George Springer wins 2nd straight AL Player of the Month. He's absolutely on fire.
Fingers for days.
Oh, I forgot. I have a clip here from. This is what was this? It was a who were they facing? I can't remember. It was a Boston game, I'm pretty sure. But listen to the French call on this George Springer home run.
Il a volé votre 5 pour son flanc gauche. On la regarde aller. Et elle est partie! Springer! Oh! Qui l'a frappé? Oh! Qui l'a frappé? On fête, on danse à Toronto. Adversaire canadien est ton peur. Et à Boston, qu'est-ce que tu fais là, Cora?
Amazing.
I love it. So much energy.
I love good calls like that, man.
Just when you thought it was over, it was just yelling.
Actually, myself and Josh were actually talking about this. His backflip. I loved it. I was like, oh man, it just looked good.
For the walk-off?
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
He's really coming into form there now, and he had another great game against the Angels last night. So I think we might have even mentioned it on last podcast as well. He's just really showing them what they paid for. He's such an incredible player, and as soon as he got back into the role he was picked up for, which is leadoff, he's just been like nonstop success for them. So another good
keep it going
for the Jays. Keep it going.
If I was a pitcher on the opposing team, I would not throw a pitch inside the strike zone for the first pitch. Just throw it out, throw it away somewhere. Just leave it away from the strike zone.
Just lead off walk every single time. Just start the game with a lead off walk every single time.
Pitch inside. Just keep pitching inside or something.
But then who are you facing?
Yeah, good point.
See, that's the thing. The top 4 or 5 guys in the Jays lineup are all scary hitters.
It's amazing. So. It kind of reminds me, and they're very different teams, but it kind of reminds me of what it looked like. Remember back when the last great Jays team? It was like that
2015.
Yeah, the first 5 hitters. You're looking at that, you're like, any one of these guys.
But you know what? I'm actually more excited about this because they're younger.
Yeah,
they're younger. Those guys were old. Like it's Batista and Encarnacion, like these guys, and like even Tulowitzki, like you know,
too low.
They were on the back end. Yeah, like too low, right? Like,
and the fact that absolutely, and the fact that we got like David Price as a rental and stuff like that, like it just seemed like it was just like, I don't know, the urgency just kind of like it was just a bit too much to get really excited for it, which made total sense because it only lasted 2 years. But this one looks promising, more promising because we have a few more years to go of this yet. So
wasn't Vladdy just free? Like did they just sign him?
I can't remember.
Like he actually drafted?
I can't remember how he got in the system, which is shameful to say, but
yeah, me neither. That's crazy.
Probably just because he was born in Montreal. It's like, let's just go to the Canadian team. It's fine. For the NFL and football, we have Aaron Rodgers being expected to play for Green Bay. So
I get one more year of happiness for you.
So after his walking onto the scene with his little ponytail and his pit vipers, it looks like the relationship is mended a little bit.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
And not quite like 100%, because I think we mentioned on the last pod as well, like him calling out management and all the veterans that were treated badly and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, he's gonna be playing, so there's that.
Yeah, but it gives any Green Bay Packers fan hope that he could be around for longer now too.
True,
because if they're working at mending that relationship, if he's open to it, then
yeah,
that's good. But we'll see how this season goes now. You never know what could happen. They could have a good year. Maybe he has a down year. Maybe Jordan Love then steps in.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys got a recent quarterback that you drafted as well, which is what kind of started the whole drama. But
they say it did. I don't think the fact that they took a quarterback was the issue. I think it's the fact that he was never like consulted about anything.
Yeah, probably just a contributed factor.
Yeah, because he kind of said that it's like it was never like he was part of the plan.
Yeah,
he was always just sitting there. Like
yeah, you're a player, so
not involved. Yeah, but when you're a quarterback, like you are the team.
Yeah,
like, quarterback's gonna take you.
So we'll see what happens with him. Got your usual NFL drama around the quarterbacks. We'll see what happens with Deshaun Watson, if he's in jail or not by the end of the season.
Fred's Bills re-signed Allen, so he's signed for a while.
One of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. So that's gonna be good. Good stuff in Bills land. Going to be putting people through tables anytime soon.
Josh, we might be able to go down to a little tailgating party now once everything starts opening.
Do it.
Nice.
Let's do it. We're going to Buffalo.
Bring tables.
Yeah.
So with the NHL, we're going to talk just a little bit about Jack Eichel. What do you got on that, Josh?
That statement was crazy, hey, Fred?
Yeah.
Like talking about like the agents actually coming out and lighting a fire under Buffalo's ass there for the trade, but essentially like coming straight out and being like, this is exactly what the situation is. Like, this is what's happened in the situation. Like, Jack wants to be ready for next season, wants to play, wants to get the surgery. If he gets the surgery now, he could be ready for next season. And they're pretty much straight up saying that Buffalo is stopping him from doing that. So
it's literally his. So Buffalo, we should go back. So like Buffalo is looking for pieces for the trade where they want high-end prospects. They want probably a first rounder for sure. Maybe even like, a second rounder, like a conditional pick and like an NHL ready player right now. And by them putting that statement out,
Ben Simmons,
it's just dropped. It's just like, you're not getting that for him. Like if you're going to trade for a player, he better be ready for the beginning of training camp. You don't want this to be like a player showing up like a couple days before the season starts.
Yeah,
like it's just Buffalo are so screwed. They're probably gonna get more for Sam Reinhart than Jack Eichel when this is all said and done.
That would be insane. But
but it could happen, man.
It's at the point now, but I think it's blatantly obvious that relationship is soured so much to the point that I just can't even see him playing in Buffalo next year. I can't see it. Like, it's going to be
they own him, so he has to play there.
Or he just doesn't.
Hey, man, you got those contusions. You can sit out with some contusions if you want.
Contusions.
Just fake some injuries.
Well, right now it's a herniated disc on his neck, so it's a bad enough injury.
Thigh soreness.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk about just a little bit about some basketball topics. USA, to no one's surprise, has won the gold medal. It's kind of funny because like at the top of the exhibition games, like the kind of the warm up games of the Olympics, everyone's like, they're done, they're screwed, whatever. But you know, they got to the gold medal fairly easily. There was more challenge than usual. It's quite obvious that the game is growing internationally. France put up a good fight, but no one's touching U.S. in basketball.
No.
That's
it.
Just quit. Just get the medal.
Quit.
Give them the medal and compete for silver. So
that's it.
Leave it at that.
Canada and hockey.
Let's close it off with some prediction pints.
Prediction pints. Get your crisp prediction pints.
I don't recall the last ones.
Oh, it's been a while, man. Did you guys do them the last 2 weeks or the week I wasn't here?
We did. Oh God.
I don't think I got mine.
Okay, we gotta go all the way back though, because I have ones. Did you guys discuss the ones that you did when I was here?
Yeah.
No?
Oh God.
So
what have we done?
So what I did was I predicted Owen Power would go first overall, which he did. So I got a pint there.
I remember I had a delayed one, which was Jalen Green being second. So I got it.
And you were right there.
Yeah.
And then Josh wasn't here.
I wasn't here for that one.
And Mitch said there was going to be 3 roster traded players.
He was wrong. Because I remember we said that last week, and he's like, there was so many more.
Yeah, there was so many more. Yeah, there was like a ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
Oh, my prediction last week or last pod was Simone Biles was going to come back, and she did.
She did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she did the vault after, eh?
Yeah.
She won a medal.
Balance or something. Yeah.
Balance.
Yeah, I think she won the medal. Yeah.
Okay.
She won a bronze of some sort. Good old Simone.
Poor Mitch, man. He's so bad at this.
Hey, there's a burglar in the video pod.
This is my prediction pint.
Do you know what's funny, guys? Here's a fun fact. Since we've been doing prediction pints, Tyrell still has more points than
No
Mitch.
way.
He does, man. Guys, the chart doesn't lie.
It doesn't lie.
It's amazing. Okay, so.
So you can't remember yours from last week, Josh?
Oh, fuck. I don't think I got it because I think I claimed that, was it Penny Alexiak? I was picking, it was an Olympic one, but I think I said that she was going to win another gold medal.
We'll catch up on that one post pod.
I'd have to listen back to it because I think I was specific about the athlete winning another gold. So.
Right, and I can't remember Mitch's offhand either, so we'll score those off pod. But this week, what do we got this week?
I got one. Because we were on the topic with, we were talking about Springer. Yeah, I'm going to say he's going to go, I don't know how many at-bats, but he's definitely going to have 2 hits tonight.
2 hits? Okay.
2 hits tonight?
Two hits. And should I get spicy?
I'd say 2 hits. I think 2 hits is definitely a 2
I think it's a good chance because their starting pitcher tonight's not that great.
2 hits is definitely a 2-pointer. I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's tough. Like even 1 hit's like perfect, but 2, you got to be on your game that night. Yeah. Okay, that's what I got. Springer.
They're starting Bundy tonight, so.
Ted Bundy on the mound.
Yeah.
I got one. Okay. I'm going to say Barrios when he pitches on Thursday. That's going to be a hell of a game. Except I will not be up to watch it because it's super late. Barrios and Shohei Ohtani on the mound on the other end.
Yeah.
That's going to be sick.
That's nice.
So I'm going to say Barrios allows, I'm going to say a span of 4 to 6 hits, if you guys will let me do that.
Okay, so that's like the spread, eh?
Yeah.
4, 6 hits allowed. Okay.
That would be
That's a 2 for sure. That's a +2 for sure.
Prediction pint.
Oh no.
You got your burglar outfit on and everything. You need this. You need a spicy.
You want to steal these points?
I'm here to rob these pints.
It looks amazing. Yeah. This got to be the week that you steal. Because remember that rule? We got a rule in there now.
Yeah.
I can't remember how it works though.
Oh,
you
actually
robbing a pint. Or like betting against someone's decision or something.
Can I just steal? Yeah. I could bet against yours then because you put a spread.
You could.
Yeah. You already did this against me. You were only allowed one. Remember?
Oh.
Josh did this against me.
But it's been like 4 weeks since then.
Josh, you're going against the pints.
I thought it was once every month.
Is that what it is now?
Burglar.
The burglar knows.
I can't even look at you and take you seriously.
I'm doing it.
All right. Challenge. With my Zorro mask.
But the challenge was 1
less
point, right?
Or more. You're gonna go less. So you're gonna go. He's gonna allow
I thought
3
it was
hits
outside,
or over 6.
I thought it was outside the spread. Because I did that with you and I still lost. I was right on the edge.
You did, yeah. Okay.
And I think every challenge is just 1 pint, right?
Yeah. So you actually still need one though, Josh. Like you need to.
Damn it. Okay.
Oh, damn it. What are you going? Let's see.
Have you been watching the cricket? Have you been watching cricket lately, or?
I have not.
I mean, that's the thing about this part of the
Have
year.
You been watching the water polo finals? No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the thing is that there's nothing going on right now. It's just baseball.
There's golf. Actually, golf is done now too. I think.
No golf.
There's I mean, you pretty much just got baseball.
All right, give us a baseball one. Barry Bonds is gonna
give us a win-loss. Give us a if Vladdy will hit a homer or not.
That's such a simple one.
What about a walk-off? Are you gonna predict a walk-off tonight?
That's so specific.
I know, but that's what you get the points. That's a +3. That's like.
Wouldn't that be like a yeah?
That'd definitely be a 3. A walk-off is like pretty big.
Yeah, it would have to be a 3.
How about Shohei 2 homers?
There you go.
Cause you can bet on him doing some homers as well.
I'll take that.
Yeah. 2 homers for Shohei.
2 homers for Shohei. Let's go for it.
Let's go, hey.
Let's go, hey. The burglar has spoken.
So that's tonight's game, right?
Burglar. That's Thursday's game.
Okay.
So tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm more confident in my challenge bet to you, Alex, than I am of that one. Because I think it's going to be really hard against Barrios, unless he hits them in the extra, like in the with the bullpen.
Just gotta get Brad Hand on the mound or something like that.
Yeah.
So they're not playing tonight. I'm trying to remember. They're playing
Barrios and Shohei are playing on Thursday.
And they're playing tonight as well, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Noah's on the mound tonight.
So mine is the Wednesday game. I'm just making sure. Wow. And who your guys is the Thursday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I like it.
Good stuff.
Get them, boys.
Get them, boys.
And next week we'll
get them, boys.
We'll all have our shit together and figure it out collectively, the point totals and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm picking my prediction pint next week in advance. Nice. I have to think about it. Being on the spot it's too hard.
Yeah, it is. It is hard, especially when there's only one.
It's too hard when you have one sport to do. Yeah,
exactly. All right, we'll call it there for this week. Hopefully next week we can get a 4-man roster. We'll see what happens. But it's good to be back in the swing of things. Any closing thoughts this week, boys?
Nah, I got nothing.
Have a good week, everyone. Bye-bye.
Go Tiny.
See ya.